Stadium with Lee Rumbold after Saline opens the season with a 7-0 win here over Trenton. Coach, what do you think of the way you guys started the season?
Yeah, happy with the performance. Thought the first 10 minutes of the first half we were really good. Played with a lot of intensity and played simple but played quickly. A lot of off the ball running, off the ball movement was really good. We kind of went off the ball a little bit kind of in the middle first half towards the end, and then we kind of just spoke about half-time doing the simple things well, and trying to extend that first 10-minute period into the second half, and I thought we did that. So overall, really happy.
There wasn't a lot of work for your goalie here today. Was it Kaylee Mitchell?
Yep.
All day?
Yep.
She went out for field hockey this year and was a great field hockey goalie too. She didn't get a lot of action, but I mean, she faced a penalty kick and kicked it or punched it aside. Yeah, I mean, it was a great save.
I thought we were pretty comfortable for the majority of the game, but we were 2-0 up and we were squandering some chances, and we made a little bit of a mistake and gave a PK away, and if they put that away it's 2-1, and then they're back in the game. But Kaylee come up huge, made a great PK save, which kept the 2-0 going into half time, and then we score straight after, a minute into the second half, and then effectively it's, hey, just keep doing what we're doing.
So you guys are up only 2-0, but it sure felt like it could have been 5, 6, 7 nothing. The way, even shooting into the wind, going into the wind, it sure felt like you guys could have really put the hammer down there.
Yeah, I mean, we've been working a lot on just our general overall play to kind of get into the attacking third, right? And some of the combination play and the build-up play to kind of get into those areas, to get crosses in the box, was really good. Yeah, finishing is one of those things, hardest thing to do in soccer. But really, if we're honest with ourselves, we should have put a couple more away and been have a bit bigger advantage at half time. But we got there in the end.
Finishing wasn't a problem for Sadie Walsh. If they got that right on the header up on her second, she got 3 here today.
Yeah.
I mean, she's only first game of her junior year, but it feels like she's been doing this kind of thing for forever.
Right, yeah. She's been playing at a high level since her freshman year. Bundles of energy, gets around the field. A quality player, and she's really matured, especially this season. Her junior year, you can tell she's a little bit more calm and composed on the ball. Right, she's always had that energy, but now when she's on it, bit of composure, find a pass, then is electric off the ball again to get it again and put 3 in the back of the net today. So hopefully that continues.
You look at this team, how fast? This seems like a fast team when they really step it up, doesn't it? You guys can really get around the field, keep teams from getting far into your zone and turn this thing around. I know you're playing Trenton, not one of the top teams in the state, but you showed a lot of speed and not much. Didn't allow the opposition to do much here today.
No, and Mike does a good job. I mean, he's a little down from they had a good run last year. I think they got to the regional final last year. They lost their goalkeeper and a couple of others, but he always sets up, makes his team hard to beat. We've played him a couple of times in scrimmages at the start of the year, and this time we decided to go to a non-conference game. But the energy levels of our team have been really high, all the way to the final whistle. And I just think about the last 10 seconds, Kaylin's making slide tackle with 10 seconds to go, because that's the mantra of the team, the intensity. When they lose it, they want to get it back as quickly as they can, and when we have it, we want to move it quickly, because we have those athletic, quick players that can get in behind, and the more touches we take on the ball, sometimes that can slow the opportunity to play it through down. So the quicker we move the ball, the less time the opposition have to recover, and we exploit the spaces that they leave. At least that's the idea.
Lots of different girls in the offense today. Overall, I don't know what your philosophy is. I kind of forget on this, but how do you set the team goals? What do you guys want to accomplish this year?
Well, for us, our team goals are always the same, right? Like we want to go as far as we possibly can. Ultimately, we want to win a state title. Not easy to do,
right?
But our mantra is we take things one game at a time. I think you ask me every year, I give the same answer. Like, if every game we turn up, no matter who we're playing or where we're playing, we've got to turn up, do the right things. If we do the right things and we take our chances away, we feel we have a good opportunity to go toe-to-toe with anybody. So yeah, I think we just take it one game at a time and we see where we end up at the end.
Last year, I think, if I'm remembering a penalty, I'm remembering some crazy things in the final game of the year.
Final?
It was at the district final.
Yeah.
Obviously, you want to get there and do that again. Did
Oh,
you guys
for
win the SEC last year?
No, we didn't.
No, that's just the way the SEC looks, eh?
Yeah. Skyline won the SEC, I believe, and they also won the district final against us. Sienna, who got the red card in that game, was serving her suspension today.
Oh, really?
So we didn't have Sienna out there either.
Yeah.
Who's a big player for us, one of our senior captains. So, I mean,
that's a long suspension.
Right? Yeah, the whole year. No, Skyline always gives us a run for our money in the conference, and anytime we play an Ann Arbor school, it's always a big game. It's a rivalry game. So again, we take games one game at a time, and hopefully, if we do the right things, we'll be there in the end.
Obviously, you feel like the SEC kind of sets you up to compete hard in the playoffs. So like you don't feel like you're going to get too many cheap games. And
no,
yeah,
no. Especially against the Ann Arbor schools and Dexter as well. They're always up there. Like there's no easy games. You got to come. The old cliche is you got to earn the right to play. Right?
Yep.
So in those games, you might have to battle and kick and scrap for the first 15-20 minutes before you can get the ball down and play.
All right, I appreciate it, Coach. Thank you.
Yep, you're welcome.
You mind if I email you some questions?
Absolutely.
Okay. Yeah.